Back. We had I'm a speaking of podcast today. We had conjunction with High Society Podcast. You know, I might not do a show this week, so I decided to get on it here with these ladies, beautiful ladies, and do a conjunction. You know, because I'm not doing my show this week. You know, it's Easter and shit.
Oh yeah, okay.
We might be doing something with the kids and shit like
right.
that. But before we start, though, I'm proud of y'all. What y'all been doing? I brought a lot of traffic to the channel. Make sure y'all comment and subscribe. Right all there. That shit, you know what I mean? But
we got the boss man on here today.
This who edits our videos and fixes us all nice.
We're a team. We do all this together. But what's going on?
Welcome to Speaking Of.
Speaking Of podcast, yeah. I've been trying to get on here. They ain't want me on here. I'll be honest with y'all. They ain't want me on here.
We didn't say that.
We was trying to find our own way first.
Yeah, let us get a couple episodes in, then we'll start putting the guests in.
Yeah, I don't want to be on your show because see this the whole thing though. This the whole thing. But this is the thing. I wanted something where, because you know, women probably don't want to listen to what the fuck I gotta say all the time. Or listen to
not all the time, but we do like a male perspective.
I understand, but I understand that sometimes females want to hear something from an all-female perspective. You know, you see the subscribers went up since y'all been doing it.
Okay.
Shout out to us.
We're gonna be the #1 show on High Society what is it? High Society
the
Entertainment.
The last 30 days, y'all definitely got the #1 episode.
Shout out to us.
I definitely got the #1.
I've been shot for that one.
But I wanted to talk to y'all. Y'all wanted to talk as well about Kevin Samuels, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for people who don't know, I'm pretty sure everybody know he like real popular.
I didn't know who he was though.
In the metaverse right now. I mean, he started off as a fragrance reviewer and an image consultant. So he would get on YouTube and talk about cologne and shit like that. And he like dressed people and shit like that and all that.
I heard he was doing that with the men at first, like giving them tips on
I've seen that. He said
cologne to wear, how to dress.
Yeah, his content it was for men in the beginning. He wasn't really speaking towards women. And then when he started, he started that during the pandemic, 2020, and his channel just shot up.
That's what's up.
He got like 1.6 million subscribers or something like that.
That's what's up.
It shot up, and I think it shot up because it was something that haven't been really seen like that.
Yeah.
Like I know in my 33 years, I haven't seen a man talk to
who basically kept it real.
I believe talk honestly to a lot of women. But how do y'all feel about him? Just off of what y'all seen so far, how do y'all feel about his content?
Honestly, okay, he tell the truth. He keep it real with the females because I haven't seen anything he done with the men. All I've been watching was the females trying to get advice from him. So
I thought he was like a relationship expert or something, and then I clicked on his page and was like image consultant. Like,
yeah, he's an asshole. I'ma just keep it real. He's an asshole. I don't like how he speaks to the women on there. Of course, I would love for them to get the truth, but it's how he talked to them.
It's the tone that you don't like.
Basically.
The episodes I was watching, it was like he knows that like people were like coming at him because of his tone. Yeah. So I haven't seen that many episodes. I think I watched like 4 or 5. I think that's
why he got all the views he get.
That's what got his attention.
Yeah.
By being rude.
I mean, I don't think it's rude. Well, how you feel about it before I get
into it? So the first clip that Moose sent me, I'm like, he an asshole. Yeah, what he's saying is true, is validated, but like just say it in a little more calm tone. But then after watching a couple episodes, I'm like, listen, he is telling these women what they need to hear. And
true.
Because they get up there acting like they know what's going on. They say a whole bunch of dumb stuff. And he's there to let them know, like, you sound crazy. Like, this, when you say this is shit I be talking about. Or this, what's his line?
You can't
make this shit up.
That's his favorite line. My thing with the tone, right? If we get into, all right, cool, I get it. His tone, it could be abrasive. It could be, like, rub people the wrong way. But at the same time, I mean, I've been seeing for the longest, you got women's shows that have no problem being just as harsh on men. No problem at all. It's tons of.
But y'all can take that, y'all men.
Women need to know. The women up that's on his show, they need to hear what he's talking about.
No, they need to hear what he's saying, but it's how he, like he said,
it's not like he's being disrespectful though.
Yes, he was.
Except when he told somebody shut up.
Not even that.
I think he matches energy though, because if you
Yeah.
if you start to watch more, I've been watching him a lot longer than y'all have been watching, and if you watch him a lot more, and you see some of the people who come on who are respectful. And they don't raise their voice. They don't cut them off, and he doesn't do it if that's how they come across.
Once it's not even their tone.
But once they start doing it, and once they start saying triggering things, like we'll get into some of the triggers that trigger him to go off. But once they start saying some of those things, that's when I think he goes off.
No, it's from the episodes that I saw. Now I've probably seen like 5 or 6 episodes fully, but 2 of them, the females their tone was calm, they was chill. It's just what they were saying that triggered him. He didn't understand them. He wasn't with what they were saying. But my thing is, he was calling them bras and get the F off my phone, and like he was saying all that to them, to the females that wasn't even yelling or anything to them.
Because they're not listening to what he's saying.
And I think with some of the things they say, like I think are disrespectful to the average man, right? Like a lot of them will come on there and they say they want a man who it's always, if they can't get a man who meets the standards that they have in a man and they head, they call it settling.
Yeah,
but that's people's preference. You can't pick and choose for somebody, because if they've been in a relationship with a man several relationships with a man made $40,000-$50,000 a year, but now they up to making 6 figures and they want the same guy making the same as them. You cannot pick and choose. More so
talking about the women who don't make that much. I was so surprised because I knew I wasn't gonna be on your side for her.
I get that too, but still, like,
because they up there asking for things that they're not even up to standard on. You know what I'm saying? And that's why he been telling them, like, so rate yourself. How you before he even start the show, that's my thing too.
No, he don't start off with
yes he do. Like 2 or 3 episodes that when he came on, as soon as he said,
did you watch clips or you watch the full?
No, I watched the full thing.
Okay.
So he told them, he like, what's your height? What's your size? What do you do for a living?
Yeah, and then he'll say that's because those are the women that have standards that's up here.
He doesn't
but
rate,
they way down here.
And he doesn't rate them. He asks them what they rate themselves.
And then he say without saying a 7.
Yeah, because
that's definitely.
That's definitely.
So I'm a 6 or I'm an 8.
No, that's what Brenda asked me, and I was going to say a 7. He said you can't say a 7. I said damn.
So
that's definitely a default, because it's like
it is.
7 is like it's above average. And it's not too crazy where motherfucker be like, come on, you know you're not.
So now your options is a 6, which is.
But my thing, he said Beyonce was an 8.
He said that.
You think his scale?
Well,
Beyonce is an 8, like fresh face out of the shower.
Beyonce's beautiful without no makeup.
He probably seemed more beautiful though.
He puts Beyonce at an 8, Kelly Rowland at a 9.
Yeah, he put Kelly Rowland. So
is it because she brown?
I think because she's smaller.
I think that's his. I think it can interchange for me. Personally, as a man, I think that can interchange between.
I think because she's smaller. Because Kelly most Rowland. Of the girls on there, like even a girl, she was like a size 8, and he basically called her like fat.
That's one thing.
It is fat in the white world.
Yeah, but like every man don't want a model.
That's one thing I don't agree with Kevin Samuels about. I agree with probably
98%.
I agree with probably 98% of his content and the things he talk about. One thing I don't agree with is his standard of weight, which is understandable. You want people to be at a healthy weight,
right?
But I think that is a preference, depending on who you are. Like if you,
I don't think your weight matters. It matters like how it all proportions out.
Yeah.
Because you could be 200 pounds and be built real nicely, or you could be 200 pounds and it's everywhere.
The thing is, when you 200 pounds at your height, most likely you weigh more than the opposite sex. Like you're gonna weigh more than the man if you average out the height type shit. I think that's what he's getting at. Mm-hmm. It's like more of a healthy weight. I don't think he wants you to be.
He's not even doing a healthy weight. He's doing like the impossible for.
It's not impossible.
It's not impossible, but come on. The world that we live in now, you're not going. A lot of men not going to find a model type and marry them. Like
That's cool.
most of them don't even get married.
But see, that's cool. But on the flip side, we gotta say a lot of women that with these high
I think a
standards.
size 4 and I think a size 8 is good. Like that's slim in our world. Like
No,
in our
not
world,
in dress sizes. In dress sizes, like you got to think about a dress size.
an 8 is like a what? A medium, right?
Nah, 8 is like a large.
An 8 is not a large. A 12 is a large.
You got to think about dress size. When
That's
you go
what
in
I'm
Macy's
saying.
and you getting a dress, a size 8 is like a size large. Because I'm like a 6 or 8.
And what you a large?
A large.
Yeah, I have
So like a
Damn
size
six.
2.
Yo, female sizes is crazy. I don't understand female sizes at all when it comes to like y'all.
It's
dress
different. It depends
size
on where
and
you're
all
getting it from and stuff like that.
But my thing is he don't even like, because he was saying even with the girls that got the BBLs or whatever like that, he was even excluding them. Like you basically have to be a size 2 for you to find somebody to marry that makes 6 figures. Like
Nah, it's not that. Like people will go compromise. I think men understand that we can't get it all. The world tells us that we can't have it all. If we fall short in any area, the world has no problem telling us. But when it comes to women, we gotta kind of walk on eggshells when it comes to certain things.
no, I don't think so, because that's just what he's saying. But other men, like if you like a girl that's a size 2 and you making this much money, you know, why not? That's your preference. That's what
The
you
size
want.
thing, like I said,
I
don't
think
really
ideally
agree
with the size
thing.
thing, he's just like saying, if a man come to you and say, oh, or if you meet a man, you don't know what he looks like, and he say, oh, I weigh 240. In your head already you thinking, damn, 240. But you don't know
But
how
the
it
whole
all
weight thing,
plays out.
he basically said, if you fat, you ain't gonna get a man that making a certain amount of money.
But he don't know if they
he's
fat.
saying.
He just
No.
going by their weight.
Not even his weight, because he told the girl in one of the videos, the girl was a size 8. Well, she said she was a size 8.
That
she
girl that
wasn't
took
really.
a long time.
So he looked at her face. He was like, your face kind of round. You look like a size 10. And she was like, you is a size. She was like,
He
yeah, I
is an
am a
image
size 10.
consultant, so he
would
do
know.
know. He styled men and women, so he kind of knows. Like if you do that for a living, you could look at.
But she
somebody
wasn't ugly.
and tell-
She was a
That
beautiful woman. Listen, she was a beautiful woman. She made 6 figures. She had her own business.
She told me before the show, don't cut her off, right? I'm gonna put
yeah,
a
I'm
counter
sorry.
like 4 or 5 times. You cut me off already, but that's cool.
Okay.
But I got a question for y'all, right? What do you think the probability of finding a man that's like over 6 feet tall, make over 6 figures, doesn't cheat, is the alpha male, the whole prototypical man that most of these women say that they want? What do you think the probability?
you find
Like,
all that in one man?
how many of those men are actually like in the world type shit?
I don't know what I mean.
A black man too. Like how many black men? Like, what's
You're
the
not gonna
percentage
find
of
that
black
many
men?
men like that. With every
No,
thing
all
you
the
want
ones-
checked
you got
off
to
your
compromise
list, like,
somewhere.
So we could agree that that's a very small percentage.
Right.
Yeah,
Like,
that's his top. What do you call it? The top 10% of men.
it's black men. That's like the
Decent.
top. That's like 3%.
You want to find something wrong with them.
That's like
Yeah,
3%.
you have to compromise somewhere.
So if you got let's say 60% of women going after 3% of the men, like
Yeah, he did.
what
mention
you
that.
like? You feel what I'm
And
saying?
I think
Like,
that's why he was telling these women, like, rate yourself. Are you average, below average, or above average?
He said
Because
most,
everybody
he
wants
said
this man
most
that's above
women are average at best.
most
That's
women
what he
are
said.
average at best. That the math says it is. Like
So what do that mean? Like you can't find
most people are average.
Yeah, but what do that mean?
Everybody is not like everybody
But
does
what
it.
do that
it's
mean
not
in the
accepted.
dating world though?
I mean, I think it means
I think
you
where
should,
we're from,
you should rate yourself on a marketplace in the dating world as the
yeah, he had
same
me
and
thinking
find
like,
somebody
damn, I need to.
at the same level as you.
Okay, I
Yeah.
understand that. That's good. But he said, let me tell you. He said women will die alone because their qualifications of in men are too high.
Yeah, I think so. I think a lot of women will end up.
But
I think a lot of women will end up being single.
Yeah, waiting on all of those
Waiting on
qualifications
all
that we
those,
have.
trying to check all those boxes, and when you get down to it, I mean, like I got family members who I ain't gonna say her name. Shout out to my aunt, But she was with a guy. No, for real, she was with a guy. You know, and in the beginning, I'm like, I don't like this guy. Like, he doesn't really like do much. But then I thought about it. I'm like, when you get to a certain age, you just want to be with somebody that you could make it to the end of life with. Like, that you could just, you know what I mean? You don't want to be alone.
That's settling.
Yeah. Like, that's not settling.
That's settling.
No, it's not, because they
on
the
like
same. You on the
like,
same level. Like, it's like you on the same level, not financially. I'm talking about just you not a fucking beauty queen. Like, you, like, what you think, you 50-something years old, like, and you still looking for this perfect man? Like, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen at that big age.
But my thing is, with our standards being too high, like, some women, they date and they can't find, to the point where they damn near about to be, 45 or damn near 50. They can't find a man they want. Okay, so now it's time to compromise. But they still can't find a man they want, because a lot of men cheat too. Like, they probably, okay, you could cheat on me one time, I'll let that ride. But 3 or 4 times, then you got a wife on the side, a baby mama, 3 baby mamas on the side. Like, come on, what are we supposed to do?
So I got a girlfriend with a wife on the side.
Like, what are you supposed to do at this point? Like, you don't want to keep going for the same person that you went for before. Like, you want your standards to be a little high, like, at least to where you at.
And where you at? What you mean? Financially? See, a lot of women...
Both. All that counts.
A lot of the women he talked about was mostly like, oh, I need a man who's... They always talk about financially. And I don't think finances is always... I mean, it matters, but...
It matters.
Honestly, if you're not even where you need to be financially, then you shouldn't be saying... I mean, you can. It's your preference.
I got a question.
But it's going to be hard for you to find someone who's financially stable. They don't want somebody that's not financially stable. So why... Like, you have to compromise right there.
I got a question, right? Do y'all think men and women both pick each other on the same basis? Like, if y'all pick a man, right?
No.
Okay, but if y'all pick a man, yeah, y'all want him to be financially stable, want to make a certain amount of money. Do you think men pick women on that same basis? Like, they want them to make a certain amount of money?
Because some men don't care. Some men, as long as you like smart, you got a degree, and you was working at the time. But some men don't. Well, yeah, you don't have to have a degree, but some men like that though. Yeah.
It depends on men.
Some men don't care if your finance is not up there with this, because most of the time they want you to cook, clean, and stay home with the kids. So most of the time they want to be the breadwinner.
So why do they factor in? Why do women factor in their finances as something?
Because they want to feel like the man can take care of them.
That gives them higher value, though. Like,
for the women?
Yeah, I don't think a woman's finances give them higher value in
because dating. When you meet a man, when you date and when you meet a man, sometimes that turns the man on to see like, oh, this girl got her own, like she could pay for me sometime. Like, at the beginning, that's all cute, but once y'all down in the line in the relationship, the men, their egos get up there. They don't want a girl that's making more than they make.
I think that's why it's important for you to just date within your what you call it?
Your tax bracket?
Yeah, within your tax bracket.
But then that's my thing. Like, I don't really understand Kevin Samuel's logic, because for the women that's making less, if they want a guy that's making more, is an issue. For the women that's making more, he like, well, you supposed to stay home with the kids and cook and clean and Yeah, on one of the episodes with the girl, because she asked on her first date, she tell a man that she's making over 6 figures. Like, she's scared to tell a man that she's making over 6 figures when she first dated.
I don't think you need to tell people all of that. I think you could tell people what you do for a living and leave it at that.
I think the problem with the women who make a lot of money is, like I just said, I think they add that as an attribute of sexiness or value to their sexual marketplace. And I don't think that's actually, like, they don't want to settle. Like, they don't want to bring in Pookie from down the street. Like, you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's like a man the same way though. A man that's making
I
a
think
lawyer don't want to date.
Yes, a lawyer, a high earning attorney.
Some lawyers
will
date the secretary.
Exactly.
That's how they find me.
They date a woman who works at McDonald's if she's feminine, cooperative, and all that type of shit.
There was something else he said that goes along with what you just said too. He said, nowadays the black women are more like men, and we don't know how to submit to a man.
That's
You don't
kind of
know how
like
to
with
be
the Cam
submissive.
Newton thing. I was watching his opinion on that.
You believe that?
I think overall in general, I think black women are a little masculine. Yes. Overall, I think black women are a little masculine. I think they you just quick to pop off, quick to challenge a man. They want to bring their finances into certain things. Like they want to lead conversations with their finances, with their education, with their accomplishments. That's stuff men do amongst each other. I just think is the feminine nature is kind of getting lost. That's why I just feel.
Okay, I kind of agree with that to some point.
Yeah,
But
I agree a little.
Yeah, I agree a little. But coming from a black woman myself and being raised by black women and being around, you know, a lot of black women, basically, it's to the point where, okay, women starting to make their own money now. They starting to go to college more. Like, I even read an article where it says more black females going to college than black men now.
Yeah, that's a fact.
So, you know, that's something important to us.
Because black men waking up now, too.
But
Right.
is that more important? Is that more important than marriage and the family?
No, but look at how many broken homes we have, and you can't just put that on you can't just put that on women, period. Like, it's from the men too. Y'all cheating, y'all want to have a family over here, a family over there, a family, like, come on. Like, who want to deal with that? So now we got to step up, especially as mostly a lot of people I know are single mothers trying to, you know, in the dating world now. They have to step up. So while they doing that, they got their degrees. They got a good job.
I feel like
so
when you like a
they
single
didn't have no
woman
choice.
I feel
Honestly,
like as a single woman,
think about it. These women didn't have a choice but to step up. So you think they're gonna let a man come in? Like, it's hard for them to let a man come in.
that's why they want men that got it, that has it together.
Right.
Because, but what he was saying, I was watching him with his earlier. He was saying like a single mother is different from a single woman, right? So a single mother is more so looking for a stepfather for her kids. You need somebody that's gonna be there for you and your children, right? And who's actually willing to be there for you and your children, opposed to a single woman who is just looking for a husband. So.
But he had something to say about that too. I watched when he was speaking to a woman. She had a 13-year-old and she was making 6 figures. So he like, why would a man want to be with you when you got a 13-year-old with a baby daddy at? Like,
yeah, I don't think that always matter.
Yeah, that don't matter.
Always matter.
It doesn't always matter. But to a man that doesn't have children, that has his shit together, he don't want. Because he prefers a woman that doesn't have a kid.
You gotta think about it.
But that's their preference. A lot of men have kids.
Probably won't.
I'm thinking like,
listen.
2 kids.
A lot of men probably won't say it, but when it comes down to marriage, they'll deal with women who got kids, no problem. Like, yeah, they'll deal with you, date you, have sex, all that. Like, no problem. Be a boyfriend.
But when
it comes to marriage, though, that's a whole different story. Because look, what if, like, because they want their own kids. Like, it's gonna be a conflict of interest somewhere down the line when you got a blended family like that, like on some Brady Bunch shit. Like, this is not a TV show.
I would prefer a blended family.
What I mean by, I'm not sure what your definition is.
No, I could prefer a man that don't have kids.
Yeah, but I'm talking about from his perspective. From his perspective, he gonna look at it like, I remember, I don't know if did y'all say that on the show when you was talking about how, I think I watched it, when y'all was talking about you don't want people around your kids and all that.
Yeah.
You don't want people like tickling your kids and all that.
Yeah.
Like, a man would be afraid to come in and really be the father to your children. Like, how can a man come in and be a real stepfather? Like they don't really have any authority. They don't have any say so. They can't discipline them.
True.
They have to provide.
You build for all of those things. So of course it's not going to happen right off the bat, right? But once I trust you, my kids trust you and love you, and you trust and love them as well. Then that's one that you can get more into whatever the parenting role, right? But if you're just there existing and like you don't really have a relationship, because I feel like if you're marrying a woman that has children, or you're dating a woman with seriously dating a woman with children, you have to take all these things into consideration. You're not just dating her; you have her and her children.
This is why,
this is the lifestyle that you chose to live.
It's not impossible for a woman with children to get married, but like a man has to factor in all those things, and that shit might scare him off.
Well, the next man won't be scared.
Hey.
That's just like a man with a bunch of baby mamas. That's like a red flag. Why do you
And
have
that's
4
what we
kids
gotta deal with.
and 4 mothers?
You
That's
shouldn't
crazy.
deal with it. You shouldn't. It shouldn't be something like it should.
But like you said, we don't want to die alone. So sometimes we just gotta.
I'd rather die alone than happy.
Women, I believe a lot of women passed up
You said die alone to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
I think women passed up very suitable men in their life. If you just think back on your life, I'm pretty sure it was tons of.
That's the Russell Wilson.
But like Kay Michelle said, you don't want to raise no man.
No, I'm talking about at the times with like a lot of women were younger. In high school, college, whatever, passed up a lot of suitable men. Exactly.
And then the futures.
And then
that's why you get older.
You went by looks though.
No looks in the swag and the things that you thought he had wanted him to have.
I don't think women should pick men. I don't think that should be like at the top of the list for women to pick men as looks. No.
It gotta be looks. It don't have. They don't. I'm telling you, a lot of women. You don't have to be gorgeous. Like men don't have to be gorgeous.
But you gotta look like.
But you gotta look like. You gotta have a nice smile, little swag, so you know how to dress. At least if you ugly, definitely. You gotta have a nice smile and know how to dress.
No,
you can't not know how to dress, don't have a good smile.
But men want to date a beautiful
ugly
as well.
Yeah, but like I said, I don't think our criteria are the same.
So what's on y'all criteria?
But even with Kevin Samuels, he's saying that we have to be physically fit to like a model shape. That's still attraction.
I think the model shape thing is OD.
Yeah, that's too much. You're not gonna find that nowadays.
I think the disconnect is not the same. I don't think men's criteria and women's criteria to find a mate is two totally separate things. I don't think that men is not looking for women with money. Like it doesn't really matter, especially to a high value man that they talking about. Like a man already making certain amount of money, he doesn't care how much money she makes. She's not gonna spend it on him anyway.
That's for a high value man. What about men now? Regular
men that's over here north.
Just like he said, regular women, regular men.
Average men and average women should get together. They both put my income, your income, we build a family.
So you gotta be making some money. You can't be not doing
nothing. Your income.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, these women that we talking about the Kevin Samuels show, and the women who go in there, most of them, 90% of them want a man making a lot of money. They want a high value. They don't want an average man. They call that settling. When in fact they are average women.
I understand that, but it was one thing I saw too on the show. Like some women, they get in a relationship with, they've been in a relationship with several men, and the men, like, they basically taking care of men. Sometimes you just want a man to take care of you, like.